Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss the remaining part of the lesson or the essay, a bachelor's complaint of the behavior of married people. I repeat the title of the lesson, a bachelor's complaint of the behavior of married people, written by Charles Lamb. Students, in our previous lecture, we discussed the beginning part of the same lesson or the same essay, and today we are going to discuss the remaining part of the same lesson, Bachelor's Complaint of the Behavior of Married People. So let us begin with the remaining part. Charles Lamb complains that the married people make a show of their knowledge and treat the bachelors as inferior to them. As we have already discussed that in this essay, Charles Lamb, the writer, he complains about the married people that they always make a show of their knowledge and they treat the bachelors or the unmarried men as inferior to them. The married women try to put the bachelors under their thumb by telling them that they are inferior to them. He further tells that the married women they try to put the bachelors under their thumb, means they try to show the bachelors as inferior to them by telling them that they are inferior to them. The writer does not understand why married people should be excessively proud of their children when they know that even birds and animals multiply their race in any number by mating. So here he taunts upon the fact that the married people they often show or they often be proud of their children while they know the fact that even birds and animals they are interested to multiply their race by mating. Moreover, children are not a rarity. So there is nothing rare or uncommon in producing children. Besides, when they go astray, they become the root cause of the problems of their parents. The writer says that when the children they go astray, to go astray means अपने रास्ते तो पटक जाना. Besides, when they go astray, they become the root cause of the problems of their parents. When they are grown up and when they go astray, ਜਦੋਂ ਭਟਕ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਸਤੇ ਤੋਂ, then they become the root cause of the problem of their parents. According to the writer, married people are not justified in expecting a bachelor to show fond attention to their children. So the writer Charles Lamb says that married people in their habit of making show of their children is not good. If a bachelor expresses his deep fondness for their children, they ask them to go away from that place. Then Charles Lamb further says that if any bachelor expresses his deep fondness or tries to love and show his affection towards the children of the married people, then the married people at once ask their children to go away from that place. On the other hand, if he does not express his love for them, he is treated as the hater of children. Writer says that if he does not expresses his love for children, then the married people who have children they ask their children to go away from that place. But on the contrary, if he does not express his love for those children, he is treated as he is the hater of children. That's why he is not expressing his love towards the children. He therefore finds himself in a fix. So he is confused. He is facing a confusing situation whether or not he should shower his love towards them. So the writer is confused to think that if he should shower his love towards the children or not. The writer does not mind loving children and their mother, provided they are really attractive and lovable. So the writer says that he does not mind to love the children and their mother, provided they are really attractive and lovable. So in this line, he is taunting, or he is making fun of the behavior of the married people. In this chapter, the writer tells us how women adopt different ways to bring to an end even the classic friendship between their husbands and the bachelors with whom they may have had deep relations before marriage. In this chapter, the writer Charles Lamb, he tells us how the women adopt different ways to bring to an end the classic friendship between their husbands and the bachelors, with whom the husbands may have deep relations and close relations before their marriage. No wife can tolerate her friend's bachelor friend if the friendship dates back to her pre marriage days. The writer Charles Lamb says that there is no wife who can tolerate her friend's bachelor friend, or her husband's bachelor friend, or her friend's bachelor friend if the friendship dates back to her pre marriage days. She will arrange things in such a way that her husband will have to distance himself away from him. The writer says that the wife of his friend who is married, she will arrange such things. She will arrange things in such a way that her husband will have to make a distance from the bachelor. By her laughter, she may produce an impression that her husband's friend is an oddity and he does not deserve to be introduced to the ladies. So the writer says that by the laughter of his friend's wife, she may try to show that she may try to produce an impression or effect that her husband's friend, or the bachelor, he is an odd person and he does not deserve to be introduced to the ladies because he is a bachelor. So he says that by doing so, the women try to try to feel him inferior to them. She employs another technique with her innocent simplicity that his friend is not required in their family. She employs another technique. The wife of his friends, she uses some another technique with her innocent simplicity that his friend is not required in their family, means he should not come to their house or involve in their family. So this chapter centers around the unpleasant behavior of married people, especially women, towards bachelors. So through this chapter, the writer Charles Lamb, is trying to convey the message that he is telling us about the unpleasant behavior of married people, especially the married women, towards the bachelors. Lamb, Charles Lamb, too had a tough time when he had to wait for several hours for dinner because a woman's husband had been detained somewhere. While expressing his views regarding married people, Lamb, he remembers an incident when he had to wait for several hours for dinner because a woman's husband was stuck somewhere. He provides sorry, he protests against such type of nasty treatment, such type of uh, wrong treatment meted out to the bachelors by the married women. So he is protesting against such type of inferior treatment meted out to the bachelors by the married women. So in the end, he threatens to disclose their names if they do not mend their behavior in future. So it's very humorous that in the end of the essay, the writer Charles Lamb, he threatens to all the women, all the married women, to disclose their names publicly if they do not mend their behavior in future, if they do not change their habits of making the bachelors to feel inferior in front of them. So by this discussion, it becomes clear that in this essay, the bachelor's complaint of the behavior of the married people, the writer Charles Lamb is complaining against the behavior of married people towards the bachelors. He is talking about especially the behavior of the married women towards the bachelors. So, students, today we have covered or completed the discussion of this lesson. So, in our tomorrow, we will continue with our next lecture on some next topic. Thank you very much.